Welcome back, guys, to another episode of This and Much More. This episode is actually sponsored by our friends over at Tilt, and we wanted to give a huge shout out to them. Thank y'all for sponsoring this episode.
Tilt is pretty much a brand new store that sells vintage, streetwear, and sneakers. So if you're into any of those things, Tilt is a perfect spot for you guys to go visit. They also restock weekly, so every week, brand new stock of everything, and you never miss out on upgrading your closet, you know.
And guess what? They are open 7 days a week, guys. Monday through Sunday. No days off. So if you ever wake up, like Roland said, go ahead and head to Tilt. Where are they located?
Yeah, Tilt is located on 5859 Fairmont Parkway in Pasadena, Texas. So if you're a local or just swinging by, just make sure you check them out.
Especially if you're into limited edition sneakers, one-of-a-kind vintage finds, Tilt is the place for you to go. And again, they are open 7 days a week, Monday through Sunday, and they are located on 5859 Fairmont, Pasadena, Texas.
Let them know that Rollie and Evelin from This and Much More sent y'all. Again, Tilt, thank you guys so much for sponsoring the episode. Now let's get right into it.
Peace.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back, guys, to the This and Much More podcast. I'm Evelyn, and my co-host is
Rollie Vogues.
And our special guest today is
Danny, UA Urban Assault.
Danny.
Let's go, Danny. Welcome to the
Finally,
podcast.
right?
I know, yeah. Yeah, because I was telling you off camera, right, that a lot of our guests have talked about you. Mainly 93. I feel like they're the ones that are always like...
He's the famous Danny, guys.
Yeah.
Like,
Not famous. Yeah. That's my boys, 93.
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah, shout out Miguel and Gus, man. Yeah. And the whole team, honestly, like, they show a lot of love to us.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, they're good people.
yeah.
Sure.
They were like a good... like guests for us to have on here, because honestly when we had them we learned a lot.
Oh, really?
Over like business stuff, like brand, you know, how it's like what's 4 of them, right?
Yeah, it's for them.
And how they manage all of that, because it's not easy having a business and sharing it with somebody else, especially with like friends, you know.
Sure.
Yeah. With your business, it's just you?
Well, when we had the store, I had a partner with that, so I know how the partnership thing goes. It's a little hard sometimes. Yeah. But right now I'm solo.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So just to get into it, like, what all is it that you do?
Me, right now, I'm just the UA, the screen printing. I do embroider for people.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Cool.
Isn't that hard?
It's not too hard. It's just hard as far as time, because you ain't got enough time to do everything. Yeah. And I do everything myself.
Yeah.
You know?
And then what about the machine? They're like expensive, right? Or do you have like a commercial or like just the personal ones?
It's commercial, but not like the huge commercial ones. Yeah. So the machines are kind of expensive.
They are.
As far as
but they get real expensive.
The embroidery ones?
Or and the screen print. Like if you
print?
move up to the auto presses, they get pretty high. Yeah. But I'm still on manual presses.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have the one from Amazon. The two, it's 2, right? 2 pallets on there. Yeah. I did this on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It looks good.
I don't know.
He's not gonna say it looks bad.
No, it doesn't look bad.
So for the people that don't know, what's the difference with an auto press and like a non?
Well, the auto press, you just load the shirt on there, hit the button, and it does it all by itself. It's all automated.
Oh, so you just gotta put like on the little pallets?
Yeah, exactly. You put the shirts on the pallets, and when they come back run, you pull it off and throw it on your conveyor.
Oh, okay.
So
and that's easier. The heat one, right?
Yeah, to cure everything.
We have the one from Amazon too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the one you just like put over.
The flash dryer.
Yeah,
the
because
flash dryer.
I had my clothing brand, which today I actually closed my store.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just because I'm trying to think of what I want to do with it, you know. So I told him like, oh, I closed my shop like today. Like I haven't done anything. Yeah, like I just closed it. Nobody can buy anything anymore. And but that's the reason why we got the Amazon stuff, because I was like, well, I want to do it by myself. But man, screen print is a lot of work. Like
it's a lot of work.
People really think it's not, you know, but it's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, a lot of people think you just hit a button and they print the shirt, because a lot of people ask for samples and stuff. And a single color sample like that, it's no big deal. But a lot of people ask for like 6 color sample with the back and the front.
And that's like what, 6 screens?
6 screens, yeah. And it gets it costs you money to make the sample. So a lot of times people would ask for samples, and then they would never get the shirt back. So I kind of felt like they were taking advantage, because I would do it So I cut all that out. I don't really do samples.
Wait, would you do it? But you would charge it.
No, I wouldn't charge at first because I would take everybody's word. Like, I'm going to get it. So, all right, that's a bet. I'll do a sample. And then I wouldn't hear from them.
What?
Yeah. So now I charge for a sample. But if they get the order within like a week, the money I charge goes to their order. So they don't lose that money.
Smart.
Yeah. So they don't lose it. So it just weeds out people that are BSing.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not going to pay. But if they're going to get it, they already know. Like, all right, that's cool.
Wow. I'm amazed that people were just getting free samples from you.
Man, people are weird sometimes.
That's crazy.
And
like, because it's a lot of work.
Yeah, because whenever, I guess, because usually, right, when I've worked with different screen printers, they say, like, okay, one screen is like $25 to $35 per screen, right? Or something like that. You would charge that for a sample? Like, that's how much it would?
No, I don't even charge screen fees. I just charge, like, flat fees for a shirt, for the print. But now for samples, I charge at least $100. But like I said, if you print within that week or you put the order in, it's credit to your order.
Yeah.
So you don't lose that money. So
people are
kind of like a down payment.
Yeah, because people are listening like, damn, $100 for a sample. But if you really think about it, guys, it's like the screens that he's talking about. Like,
yeah, they cost money.
That screen, a lot of work has to go into it just to print that one color. And imagine a shirt that is 6 colors.
And if it's a single color print, it's not as expensive. I'll give somebody a break.
Yeah.
But most of the time when I'm printing something, it's not single color.
Yeah.
It's always intricate, like half tones and all kind of stuff.
And how long have you been doing screen printing for?
Probably shortly after we opened the shop in 2011. So probably around 2012. When did we have the All-Star game? Because that's when I first started.
I don't know, honestly.
Yeah, because that was the first shirt I made. One of my friends, I owe everything to him, Jesse. He taught me how to screen print just off love, like, because he knew how to do it. So,
and then, so that came after the shop?
After the shop, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about, like, let's go kind of, like, back, right?
Go,
so
let's revert, let's rewind, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about you. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Pasadena.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
what area, like?
Close to 225 and, like, Shaver and all that. By Pasadena High School.
Oh, okay.
So I went to Pasadena High School.
I grew up on Allen Genoa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's
like super close.
Yeah, it's close by.
My grandparents used to live, when I lived with my grandparents, they used to live by that one, it's Spencer, and then it's the one where Fitness is at. What's that street called?
Oh, Burke, I think.
Burke,
yeah,
yes.
Burke,
literally, like, right in front of, like, the stadium. It was the stadium, right?
Pasadena Memorial Stadium.
And we used to live, my grandparents used to live, like, literally, like, from, like, super close to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Walking distance.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So what, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, so it's like, what were you doing, like, back in the day? Like, were you, like, in the creative realm of things, or were you just, like...
Yeah, I've always been, like, ever since elementary, I've always been into art and stuff.
Yeah.
Same thing in middle school. I was real big into art, graffiti. Middle school, I even won, like, a trophy from the Houston Rodeo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Best of show art thing.
Yeah.
And then we were real tough in graffiti in middle school and high school.
Yeah.
So...
Damn.
What high school did you go to?
Pasadena.
Pasadena?
Yeah, Pasadena High. So I went to Jackson Middle School right there and then Pasadena High.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was just
that's
like...
the non-ghetto Jackson, guys.
Yeah. No, I went to the... Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the one in over there.
By Second Ward.
Yeah, that one. I went to that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, our Jackson I went to was pretty rough when it was there. But when they rebuilt Pasadena High, they tore that one down. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, because my cousin Carlos, the Ricky's brother, he was into graffiti a lot, too. So I wonder if that was just like a thing, like, back in that time, you know? Like, you know how, like, for us, like, that S...
Mm-hmm. With the three
the
or
three,
the 6 lines.
yeah. 6 lines.
How everybody was doing that, like, but I feel like...
so cool if you know how to do it, right?
They've been doing that forever.
Yeah, I don't even know where that originated from.
I don't know. Somebody should look up the history.
Yeah, I seen that somebody said, like, they think it's Stussy. That they probably did it.
I don't think so, man. It had to be before that. But Stussy been around a long time, so
yeah.
Ain't no telling.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of crazy, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna research that now.
No, yeah,
but,
that should
like
be
for real,
like
like you got to get a podcast with the creator.
Yeah, dude. Do you know the person?
At least you mentioned it now. Right. You're manifesting it for us. Maybe we could, you know.
Do you know the person who does a Be Someone?
I met him a few times. He went to the shop.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know him like on a personal level.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But he's like very like he doesn't show his face, right?
Yeah, he hides his face and stuff.
crazy.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, it's kind of that's probably
Why?
like the
Because-
sushi guy, you know.
Yeah.
I mean the S guy.
Is it because like if they can get in trouble, right?
He can get in trouble probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's become a staple.
Yeah.
You know.
And then
Yeah.
somebody like did the other one.
¿Cuál?
They did something over it, right? Like plenty
Yeah,
of
they covered it
times.
before
It
a few
sucks.
times, and then he redoes it.
Really?
Yeah.
He goes back and does it.
Well, I guess it's him. I see it redone, so I'm assuming because it looks the same.
The OG one was. When did they first change it? Do you know?
I don't remember.
It was before COVID, right? Because I remember they put like wash your hands or something like that.
Oh yeah, during COVID, they did.
Yeah, that just sucks.
Idiots.
I don't know.
Dang, people really ruin something so like
Yeah,
over
and
it.
I was
Because
not.
they know it's gonna get seen right there. So
Yeah.
like, fuck, he got clout off that. Let me do it too.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that is true.
Damn,
but-
that's crazy.
So okay, so then you're into graffiti and everything, and like, are you also into like the breakdancing stuff or like hip hop
Yeah,
culture?
yeah.
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 I
We
feel-
used to all go to a youth center called Youth Advocates. And
Okay.
at that youth center, they used to concentrate like on breaking. That's where I met Moy. They used to do all the graffiti. That's where I met my other buddy Color and all of them. So, and it was guys from all over Houston. You had guys from Southeast, Pasadena, North Side. Everybody was right there in that little spot. It was pretty live though.
Damn,
So
that's
you
kinda
used to
crazy.
be a breakdancer too?
I used to be a little bit, but I would always be too shy to breakdance in front of people. But me and my homeboys, we would breakdance at the crib. But if we went somewhere, I'll just chill, watch everybody. I didn't want to look dumb.
Yeah.
So,
Dang, that's crazy. I get that from you, like that shy vibe.
yeah.
Like definitely, like because we had Moy and that didn't get that at all. Like he's very
no.
like
Yeah, no, he's out. He's used to being out there though.
Yeah.
I'm always ducked off. I've
Yeah.
never been like that. So
no, yeah.
Yeah. Would you say you're like an introvert?
probably so.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I consider myself an introvert.
Do you?
Yeah.
But I can be both. I mean, this.
Get him drinks and he can be both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. A little bit. I'll talk more. You know.
Yeah.
Drinking, but
Yeah.
I say a little too much. So I don't drink that much.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
like with him is like that's why he's like, oh, you know, for me to like talk or whatever, because I feel like it's easier. And he has, it's like with you right now. I was like, yeah, you can tell you're shy, but you can still hold a conversation.
Oh yeah.
But because there's people that you're talking to and they're just like, yeah, and you're just like.
We'll say
You
something.
can't,
Yeah.
you can't feed off their response, you
Yeah.
know, because then it's just like, what do you say after that, you know?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like I mean, I just feel I've always considered myself an introvert, and I know that because I just never liked going out. I was never into like the whole like club stuff and all that, you know, going out, or hanging out with people. I would just like go, let's say I go to school and then get home and just like draw or design, learn shit, you know, Photoshop and all that. And that's literally like what I would do growing up.
I feel like when I was younger, I used to be out more, but now as I get older, I don't do nothing, bro. Like
Yeah.
you don't really see me at no events or nothing. Not because I don't want to go. I don't know. I just don't pull. Not that I don't want to support, because I want to support everybody. It's just weird for me to get out.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I mean, and now I feel like I would force myself like to go out and stuff, or to go to events, even if I went by myself, to try to kind of like convince myself that I'm not an introvert, you know. But but yeah, like I was saying, like the podcast kind of helps, you know.
Yeah.
It helps
you
me
do
like
good. I would never thought it, you know.
for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'm doing pretty well, you know.
Yeah.
So whenever you were like in high school and you graduated high school, what did you do after that?
So when I first graduated, I was working at a refrigeration company for about 5 years, and was going to college at the same time. Then I had got into a little bit of trouble, so I went away for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did a little bit of time locked up.
How long?
4 years. Well, right at 4 years. 46 months. Yeah. So.
Damn, that's a long time.
I would have never expected
no.
that from somebody
Well,
so
that's
like.
that's the only time I got in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's like my only charge, and it was a drug charge,
Oh,
pretty
okay.
big one. So I had to go away for a little bit.
Yeah. And then so how old were you after you came out?
31 maybe.
Well,
31?
that's my age right now.
Yeah. 31.
So then you went and when you were what, like 20?
Well, I might have been. I think I went in when I was 25. I went in 2007, so 26. About 26. Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, like, is the food bad or?
It's not good. It's not good. But I mean, you have commissary, so as long as you have commissary, you can buy your own food, and it's not as bad. But it's still not great.
You get that working there, or people send you money.
Yeah, you have money on your books.
Oh,
yeah, because you don't really work there for money.
Oh, really? Thanks.
Yeah, look stumped.
No, I used to be an electrician, and we would work in the.
Well, he's banned from jail.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you banned from there?
Yeah.
That's a good thing. You don't want to be
Yeah, dude. They told me I can never go back.
No, but he can't. Yeah, tell him why you're banned.
So, when I was working there, I don't know what happened, but I used to work for an electrical company, and then all our paperwork to get in there, like you have to like go through background checks and all that. But we submitted that to like our company, and then our company handled that with the Harris County or whatever, the jail. And so one day I had been working there for months already, right? And then an officer calls me over, and they're like, hey, they want you at the main office, like the main guy that runs the jail wants to talk to you. And I was like,
what are they called?
The warden.
The warden,
Yeah,
you know. And he's like, he wants to talk to you. I don't know what the hell, you know. And so I tell my coworkers, I'm like, hey, they want to talk to me. They're like, well, just go see what they want or whatever. So I get escorted all the way over there, and then this dude. So my name is Rolando Morales, right? And this dude's like, the warden's like, he's like, hey, what's your name? You know, and I'm like, oh, Rolando Morales. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, then what's this? And then he hands me over like a file. And I open it, and then it's this
Alfredo, you said?
Yeah, it's like a chunky dude, like full beard, like older man, like fat, and it said Alfredo Morales. And he's like, I'm like, I don't know, you know. He's like, what was this? And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, then why'd you hand me this? And I'm like, I didn't hand you that. And he's like, yeah, you're claiming to be this guy. And I'm like, I'm not that guy, you know, like.
Bro, look at me.
Yeah, I'm like, that's clearly not me, you know, like. It was so crazy, bro. Like he was like saying like, yeah, you handed this to me in my hand and try to work here under this name. And I'm like, no, like that's not me, you know, like. And he's like, you know what, like I need your supervisor or whatever the hell. So my foreman, he came in, and then I was like, hey bro, like he's saying all this, he's saying I gave in paperwork when I submitted our paperwork to our company. Like this has nothing to do, I never talked to this guy, I don't know, you know. And then my foreman's trying to convince, or not convince him, but like explain to him like everything, and he's like not having it. And I just feel like he probably didn't want to be wrong. So he told me, he's like, you know what, this guy, he can never work here, he's banned from coming here ever again. And I was just like,
so did that guy's file work with y'all? Or
no,
you don't even
no, I don't even know who that guy is.
Really?
Yeah. So then there's, you know how there's 2 jails, well now there's 3, I don't know, there's 2. And so I walked from the main one to the other one, and the officers that would escort us while we were working there, they were like, hey, what happened? And I'm like, man, I don't know, they said I'm banned from jail. And then so I was just talking to the 2 officers, and then the warden was walking, and he's like, get him out of here. Dang. Yeah, he was like coming towards me. And he's like, hey bro, you need to leave, otherwise he's probably gonna tell me to arrest you. And I'm like, all right, I'm out, you know.
What did your job say about that?
They just moved me.
Yeah, they knew you didn't lie though.
Yeah, no, they knew. And they were like, no,
well,
I mean,
he's at the union, so it's like,
yeah, so like, I don't know. Yeah, so they're like, yeah, we can't. I don't know what to do. Like, just we can send you to another job, and then that way you're not at home, you know.
Yeah.
So I can never go back.
Yeah,
that's great. That's a good thing.
Yeah, but you know, the reason I was asking you is because we do have like cousins that've been in jail or whatever, but I never want to ask them like the stuff because I didn't want to give them the the curiosity of knowing, you know, because they never stayed out of trouble. So it's like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just like, I never wanted to give him the importance of wanting to know like how it really is. So I was like, let me ask him, because he said that's his only time.
Yeah. Nah, the food's not good at all.
Yeah. No, yeah, I saw some crazy stuff.
Like the pork and all that they feed y'all, they get it from other prisons. So they, I don't want to say grow it themselves, but they, you know, raise the hogs themselves. So it's not sanitary, I'm sure.
Also, it's like if it's their job or something.
Yeah, they got like hog farms at certain prisons.
Yeah, and like in some probably like what grow vegetables and stuff like that.
I was at one. We did that. We worked in the field. It was crazy. Yeah, cold or hot, it didn't matter.
For real?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so that's enough about jail, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, like, but
It's like I don't have to talk about that no more.
he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, I mean,
But,
it is what it is. It was part of my life. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not embarrassed about it. I went
Yeah.
through it and I grew from it.
yeah. No, yeah, and that's a good thing because I feel like a lot of people kind of will hold on to that, you know, and then that becomes their character.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, which I have family members who are like that. So it's like they've came out and and they're just go right back in or whatever, and it sucks, you know. But I mean, that's what they know.
Yeah,
That's
guys,
why whenever you said the whole like, oh no, after that I was good. Like, you
Yeah,
know.
and I was good. Like, the day I got sentenced, like, I broke my mom's heart. She's crying in there. I'm the only boy. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
You're the only boy and you did that to your mom?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't mean to. But yeah, I broke her heart that day.
Oh.
Yeah. So, how long after that did you like try to like start your shop, or what how did that even come about, like the idea?
Well, because when I was in there, I was making designs actually, and having my mom and my girlfriend at the time get them printed, and my friends were selling them.
Oh,
So
dang.
when I got out, I was trying to put them in all these stores, and nobody's really trying to hear you because I didn't know what I was doing. I'm just telling them I got these shirts,
Is what
and
sounded
I looked
kind of
unprofessional.
scammy?
Yeah, I looked unprofessional, just knowing what I know now.
Yeah.
Like I looked dumb the way I was asking them. So a friend of mine I grew up with, we decided to open a store, and we did. So I got out in like June, and I want to say by October, November, we were already in the process of opening a store. So
You weren't
Yeah.
scared to not have like people go to the store?
now we were, but I mean, it's a risk you got to take.
Yeah.
Any business owner, you know, you don't know if people are going to mess with you or not.
Yeah,
And it-
especially because when was it?
Yeah.
What year was it?
2011.
So I feel like was online shopping a thing like as big as it is now? Because now it's like a big thing.
Yeah. Well, it's 2012. We opened St. Patty's Day 2012. We got the spot in 2011.
Damn, that was the year the world was gonna end.
Was
In
it?
2012.
Well,
2012.
yeah, that's right. The
Yeah,
movie.
I was so scared.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, we were scared, but we had a lot of friends. They showed love, you know.
yeah,
And we really didn't have nothing in there. I mean, we had stuff, but it wasn't a lot.
and was the focus always like to sell your own stuff or like sell like other?
Well, once we started, it wasn't because when we tried to open the store, we knew we couldn't just do it with the stuff I had. So we went to try to get brands. And then none of the brands they got to approve you. You can't just come with money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to sell your brand. So they're like, well, we want to see your store. We want to know what other brands you got approved for. And then we'll approve you. Like, well, we're just starting. We ain't got nobody, you know. We don't even have the spot. But
Yeah.
we need to see the spot, and we need to see it fully furnished. So you're already kind of going out on a limb on that because you don't even know if you're going to get approved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the hard part. But once you get one, I think like the first one we got approved for was 10 Deep. The dude, Josh, that was our sales rep. He was real cool.
Yeah.
So he kind of talked with us. He felt us out and he approved us. Once he approved us, we started getting approved from other brands.
I was gonna ask
But-
like what kind of brands, but it was like
Back then, it was like 10 Deep. 10 Deep's been around for a long time. It was like Young and Reckless.
oh, okay, yeah.
A brand called Tits. I don't know if y'all remember Tits brand.
I think so.
Two in the shirt. But that was their thing. Seventh Letter. Kind of like graffiti brands and stuff.
Okay.
Okay,
Streetwear.
streetwear.
Yeah. So, but once we started getting approved, everybody started.
So how did
approving.
you even reach out to these people? Like, did you like?
Just finding the sales reps online, you know, just chasing them down, doing research,
Yeah.
you know, and we got a hold of them. And it, you know,
Did you get a lot of help from other people, or it was just like all you?
No, it was me and my partner. Like,
Yeah.
we asked other stores that were open, like SF2. Teresa, she kind of helped us a little bit, but I try to ask the people at Premium Good for help, and they ain't not trying to help. You know, the stores, they don't want to see nobody else.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, cause back in the day, we got some hats like from my brand. We got the hats from Teresa.
Okay.
Yeah, she was doing like a special, you know. So we got like, I don't know how many hats. We got a shitload of hats.
Too many hats.
Yeah, dude, I still have.
Dude, like
I
$700
have-
worth
I have-
of hats.
Yeah, I have the last two,
Like,
but
it was a lot.
but yeah, so she kind of like put me on game a little bit, you know. and then I went to Premium Goods too, and asked them where they were getting their stuff printed from, and they said Cotton Customs. Like they just told me, go with Sean. Yeah. He's like, go with Sean, and that's where we go. And I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah. But it's crazy that when you're saying that when you started, like, I feel like it was like that. More.
Yeah. Like
gatekeeping. Yeah,
for sure.
Like, and I feel like now it's like becoming more of a thing, like share the knowledge, you know, and let them do what they got to do with it, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And honestly, I feel like it goes to show, like, there's nothing. I feel like what people were afraid of back in the day, like, let's say, like, gatekeeping and not giving you their printers or where they get stuff from. I feel like, I wonder what they were afraid of, you know,
competition,
like competition.
Yeah, sure.
But now it's like, you know, I see a lot of people, a lot of brands and stuff, but they're willingly like giving you like all their information, and it doesn't affect them in a bad way, you know.
Because everybody has their own lane, and you should see that.
Yeah.
Or you should be confident in your product too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not everybody, even if you start, it doesn't mean they're gonna stay consistent with it. Like, because consistency is what matters. Like for me, like I was consistent, and then I just literally stopped, and it's been a year already that I just haven't like really been consistent at all.
And it's hard to be consistent though. Like, it is.
Yeah.
So, especially if you got a lot of other stuff going on.
Yeah, especially if you're just the one with the ideas, and then you have to rely on somebody else to design and then to print, and then you know, it's just like a lot that takes into place for just that one shirt, for sure. You know, and that people might not even like and not buy. Yeah, but that's why you have to be, like you said, confident in like what you're offering. You know,
because you get a lot invested, like you said.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna go on a quick break, guys. We are back. So I was gonna ask you, how is it like whenever you have a conflict with the client? Like, how do you handle that? Because I know we were talking off camera, right? Yeah. So I'm just wondering, like how do you get mad?
I don't really get mad. I'll refund them. Like, if you say that's what it is, I take their word and just refund them, or send me a picture. But if it's like a shirt with ink or messed up or with holes, I'll get the shirt back. Yeah. Just so I can have it for samples. Like, one time I did this elevator company, I think it was like 600 shirts, and the lady tried to bring me she called me. She's like, I got 70 that are defective. So I'm like, all right, well, I need the shirts back, and I'll redo them. She said it was a little crooked. But she was like, well, why can't I keep the shirts? So I felt like she was trying to hustle me for more shirts. Yeah. So, but when I did go get them, she only gave me like 30 back, and they were like not even off. But I redid them anyway. Some of the shirts I actually put back in there, and told her I redid them because there was nothing wrong with them. But I think she was trying to hustle me, and she kind of had to give me something back. Yeah. You know what I mean?
The reason I'm asking, because you're so chill, like, so I just wonder, like, whenever obviously a customer's like, hey, what the fuck? Like,
no, they don't talk to me like that.
Oh, okay.
Nah.
That's good, because I feel like it's the respect, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure. And sometimes people have told me stuff like, hey, these shirts ain't in here, when I know for a fact they are. Yeah. And I'll just refund them. Oh, okay. You know, like, I'll refund you. I'm not tripping. But I know they're in there, you know. But next time I'll just make sure we go through it together.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. And then when it comes to screen printing, like, because I've had screen printing in the past that comes off crooked and stuff like that. Like, is that just normal, or is it like very hard to, or even like get something super centered where it might be off to the side a little bit? Like,
it's just when you put the shirt on the pallet, you know, you pull it on and you pull it back a little bit. If you pull it crooked, of course, it's gonna pull the shirt crooked. It's not really to do with your setup, because your setup is going to be centered every time, because you know how it drops in that track. Yeah. So it's really how you pull the shirt on. I mean, I'll put some crooked ones before, but I'll just redo them, you know? Yeah. And if they don't need them, I just won't charge them. If they're like, nah, it's cool, don't worry about it. Of course, I don't charge, but if they need the shirts, I'll just reorder them and reprint them.
Okay.
You know, but
So
it happens.
what's like
to
your
anybody.
turnaround time?
Right now, it's about 2.5 weeks.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, about
And it's
2.5.
just you right now.
Yeah, it's just me. So separating art, making screen printing, and all that. Yeah, so it's kind of
And you do this
hectic.
full time.
Full time.
That's your only job.
That's my only job. That's all I do. Screen print all day. I'll take probably one day off.
Oh,
Saturday.
really?
Yeah. So I work almost every day.
And it's all from home?
Yeah,
Or
all
where?
from home. I got all my setup in my garage, which
Okay.
thinking about it expanding into a warehouse to get an automated machine, just making that jump, you know.
Have you ever thought about doing, I don't know if you've done it, but like a pop-up, like for people to create their own shirts?
I have thought about it. I was gonna do it with Terry and them when they open Premiere. We were gonna print the shirts there, but it just it didn't end up going through because my equipment got like ink and all that over it. I was like, bro, I don't want to bring my equipment. It looks kind of not
But that
clean.
what makes it look cool
Yeah,
though.
yeah. I feel
It
like
kind of does, but I like
yeah.
my stuff kind of crisp looking,
Oh,
and
I
it
see.
doesn't look like that right now.
Yeah,
So-
because whenever we open up like a studio spot, we always wanted like to have like a corner of like, because it's cool to even try it once in
for
your
sure.
life to try to print your own shirt, you know.
Yeah, because I think Gus and Miguel were doing that.
Well, they did the
They did-
vinyl.
Yeah.
Oh, they did. Oh, they
do
did.
vinyl,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they do the. I don't know if they've done the screen print, but I know they've done the vinyl where you can pick out what design you want and then they heat press it.
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I think they did that at Exclusive.
Exclusive, yeah.
Mm.
Shout out to them.
Right?
Yeah,
for
shout
sure.
I was gonna say, whenever you started the screen printing, did you think that you wanted to like? Cause okay, so you had the store and then you did the screen printing after, right?
Yeah.
Did you kind of know that you were gonna go the screen printing route more than the store?
No,
Or-
it just kind of worked out that way.
Yeah.
Like I would just print shirts for the store, and then people, hey, can you do shirts for me? And it just kind of snowballed. You know, people telling other people, because like right now I still don't advertise.
Also, so you were
Yeah.
taking orders while you had the store.
Yeah.
It's not like you were just screen printing your stuff.
But that was for
No,
you
yeah.
though, right? The screen printing?
Yeah.
It was
so that,
not,
I
like-
never screen printed at the store
Oh, okay.
because I had a partner in the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the screen printing was always something I just did on my own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the store a little more because I feel like, man, my first time going and my only time going, honestly, because I think I was driving by and then I seen like you had the big Supreme on the window, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and I was like, what? Like they sell like stuff there, stuff like that, you know? And I'm like, so I went in and I was telling you off camera that the only Astros jersey that I have, I got from his shop. And but I remember talking to you, and I remember it was you, and then but I don't remember what we talked about. But I had questions about my brand. It might have been like, oh, what do you look for to have people sell their brand here or something like that? I don't know. But I seen that Miguel and stuff, like he was saying that like your shop was like a staple in this on this side of town. Like, would you agree with that? Like,
I feel like we were a little bit because we were here for so long.
Yeah.
And I watched a lot of dudes grow up that were like going to the shop at 14, and then I would see them, they have kids and shit, getting married like when they're older.
Yeah.
Damn,
it
that's
was crazy,
crazy.
yeah.
Because I feel like I would drive to Premium Goods. I would go all the way over there just to like grab a shirt from there or whatever, and I didn't even know this was like down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You know what I
I was with you, right?
Yeah, you were
Yeah,
with me.
because I remember that that's the store where it was. Blah, blah, blah. It was right here, right by.
Yeah,
behind,
like,
behind the Brewings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember that you're like, oh, I didn't know that we had this on this side.
yeah, I was like, damn,
Yeah.
what? Like,
Yeah, we used to get people all the time that didn't know about us. They're like, bro, I was just cutting through the parking lot and we didn't even know y'all were here.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just because our location we were at, we were kind of against the traffic.
yeah,
So if
it's
you didn't know
it's
we were
literally
there-
like at an angle, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
Dang.
but so what kind of like? Okay, so you were running the store for how many years?
I
Would
think
you say
about 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah, going on 11 years.
And so what happened? Like, why'd you end up closing it down?
We just started getting a lot of break-ins, and we always had break-ins throughout the years. You know, it's just, but we took it up as it's just part of business. It's gonna happen. You got a store, they're going to break into it. You just kind of got to accept it. But it got to the point in 2022 in September, we didn't have insurance no more because insurance wouldn't even cover us because of break-ins.
Because of the amount that break-ins you had already.
In September, we had 3 break-ins.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, we had one early in the month, and then towards the end, I don't remember the exact dates, but towards the end of the month, we had another attempted break-in, which they broke in through the next door abandoned building and broke through our wall. And they went in there, and they got a lot of shit, and they took it out, but they left it on the other side of the wall. I guess they got scared because alarms are going off and stuff. So that was like on a Sunday night at like 4 a.m. But on the video, they came in a U-Haul and everything. But they took off. They didn't take nothing. They left it all next door. So that was on Sunday night, Monday morning. One of those days. That Friday night, about 11 o'clock, we were out eating dinner. And my alarm's going off. And I can hear what's going on. They were breaking again on a Friday night at about 11. Then they drove through our window with the truck, strapped to their bumper, and pulled our gate out. And after that, me and my partner were like, we're done. It's too much already, too much of a headache because we had to worry about it every night. Like,
it's just the like the lengths that people would go.
Yeah,
like,
and it's the first shirt, bro. Like, what are you doing? You're risking your whole life.
Yeah,
like
go for a shirt.
Damn, I don't know. Yeah, because we had Bounce Back on the podcast, and they I don't know, I feel like they're the store that always show like the break-ins. And then he told us too that he was like, oh well, it's just part of business. But I'm like, it kind of sucks to think that it's normal for a business, but I mean, if insurance doesn't cover it because it's happened so much, then it's not normal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be normal.
Yeah.
No, it shouldn't be, but the cops don't do nothing. Like, you can give them information and they don't care. Like, on the second to last break-in, we had an anonymous tip. I want to say it was a guy's baby mama, because the way she was talking to me. Send me all his information, pictures of him, his parole officer's number, everything. Gave it to our investigator. They didn't do nothing about it because they want to physically catch them.
Yeah.
So if you got their information, they're not going to do anything.
Oh, wow.
And at the time, them same guys were breaking in all the stores in Houston because all the stores were all in a group on Instagram. So they're all shooting stuff to each other.
Yeah, he said that too, right?
Yeah.
Rob.
Yeah. So,
dang.
Yeah, everybody was getting hit, and they're all in the same thing. U-Hauls, same. They're all from like South Union, so everybody knows who they are.
But nobody's been able to do anything.
Nobody's been able to do nothing. And some of the guys still go in some of these other stores, and they know it, but nobody does nothing. So
that is wild.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah,
real crazy.
And super unmotivating, I'm sure. Like,
yeah, it's like, bro, we do all this, and I felt like we mess with everybody in the neighborhood. Everybody's cool with us. So I felt,
Yeah.
And then it's like a slap in the face. But it wasn't. I don't think it was a normal customers.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't think the people,
they weren't regulars. They were
like,
just like random.
Yeah, because I'm sure you have like the respect, to where people aren't gonna like.
Yeah, who would hope?
Yeah, because I would see like people. You would tell me too, right? Like, dang, they got broken into.
Yeah, and then I'm like, damn, they have to replace that window or door or whatever,
Like, damn.
Yeah, I don't know, but. I don't know, because we want to have, I mean, God forbid, right, like that happens to us or whatever, but we want to have a space eventually for the podcast, and how she's saying, like, screen printing, like, off to the corner, like, just like a whole creative space, I think that'd be,
like maybe
the dream.
Have somebody that wants to become a screen printer, I don't know, go give it a try, like, in that other corner over there, like.
No, that'd be pretty dope. I seen a guy on Instagram does it, I think. He's like Unfinished Legacy or something.
Oh yeah. Brema.
He got a pretty dope spot, it looks like.
Yeah, dude, I've followed him on YouTube for a long time, like not crazy long, but like years already though. And I see him do a lot of pop-ups, and they take the whole little thing and everything, and But yeah, you know Brahma, right? Like the Unfinished Legacy. Like he does like the big. He has like big screens, and like he'll like do like I don't know how many passes to do like a
I would
Virgil.
have to see.
Es como se llama? Let me see. He does a lot of the butterfly stuff.
Yeah.
It'll say like Unfinished Legacy and then butterflies.
I think
He's
I
very
know.
experimental. Yeah, so.
Do you consider yourself experimental?
Not too much.
No.
Because when you do some of that stuff, the prints don't look real crisp. They look good on the picture.
Oh, you are a
but
crisp guy.
Yeah, but when you look at it like up close, you'll see the overlaps and all that. So
Yeah, I think I would, if I was a screen printer full time, I think I'd be like more of an experimental guy.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I'm more of like a crisp girl.
Or-
Yeah, like yeah, yeah.
Opposites
Because
attract, I guess. You
yeah,
know?
because I feel like it would bother me like if because the reason I was asking about the embroidery machine because I have one, but I have like a personal one, not to do like a bunch, right?
Yeah.
So for my brand, I used to do it literally is just the 4x4, the like the little design.
Okay.
So then I would get so like upset like if it was not centered, like it would bother me, you know. So I would have to keep those.
Yeah.
Like that were ugly, or I would give them to like a family member. Like I'm like, hey, like it's a little crooked. Is that cool? And they're like, yeah,
It's all on the side.
yeah, yeah. So I
Because she has the like the ruler thing, right? Like the.
oh yeah, and then I have the pencils to like
to mark
mark it
Yeah.
because
She's
yeah.
like, is it good right here? I'm like, it looks good. I
You
guess.
had the magnetic hoops, or you had just the regular push.
Just the regular push.
Yeah, this makes it hard because it pulls the fabric one way or the other.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then
I didn't even know there was magnetic ones.
yeah, there is,
Yeah,
but
you
it's more
just-
expensive.
Yeah, you just lay them in there and it.
Yeah.
Mm.
But see,
Yeah.
I bought mine pre-COVID, right?
Think so? No.
No. Oh no, I bought mine. Yeah, I was.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I got it right. Like I want to say at the beginning of the year, and oh no, it was already COVID time, and but it was before everybody started like getting like the layoffs and all that stuff. So I got it for $500 on Amazon.
cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then when I went back, because people were like, "Well, where'd you get it? Where'd you get it?" So I would send them the link, but the link now was like $1,000.
Yeah, everything went up during COVID.
I was like, oh my God, I got so lucky. Like, you know, remember? And he's like, you better make your money back. Like, cause it was $500, which I did.
Yeah, you did.
But, yeah, cause it's a sewing machine and an embroidery machine.
Okay.
So I can just do both.
It's
Yeah.
what brand is it?
Like a
Brother.
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
Yeah.
I was thinking Singer, but that's the expensive one, right?
It's about the same. It's just, but I got the Brother one cause I felt like it's more, I was able to do both,
Yeah.
you know, and the Singer one, I think is more like a sewing machine, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know if they have embroidery. I never heard
Yeah, I
of
don't
the
think.
Singer
Oh.
embroidery.
Yeah, I don't think they have an embroidery
Oh,
machine
damn.
But I know
there.
they
I don't
have
know.
the
That's-
sewing for sure.
Yeah,
That's
it's
like-
more sewing.
yeah.
So Brother has the
Embroidery.
embroidery. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do want to.
You didn't hear it from me. I don't know. You know.
I do want to get the ones that are like, you know, but I don't know yet. So, which one do you have?
Oh, I have a brother too.
Oh, the brother.
Yeah, with a 10 needle.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so those are like the more like built for.
How's your
Yeah,
maintenance
bigger
on
stuff.
that?
It's not bad. Like,
No.
as long as you keep the threads clean and all that oiled, the main thing is keeping it oiled, and it'll just run forever. So
I've
not
never
really too-
oiled mine.
Oh, really? Yeah, you gotta oil the hook every time you're supposed to.
Oh my
Does your
God.
thread break a lot?
No, not really.
It's all rusty now.
Oh my God,
You're supposed
it's
to
been
oil them
like.
before each use.
What, you, do
Well,
you
maybe
think maybe because it's a
of-
smaller one?
Yeah, maybe it's different.
Yeah.
But on the big one, you gotta oil.
Dang, I need to look into that.
It's kind of like because I think it was during COVID. I bought the rug machine too, the tufting gun, and because I was doing the rugs and all that, and that's like it's pretty much a big needle, you know.
Yeah, we're very experimental,
So,
obviously.
Yeah, so I had to oil that like every time.
That thing looks cool though. I would like to try it, but it looks like a lot of work.
Shit, it's right there if you want to give it a try.
Yeah, literally. He
Yeah.
bought like 5 guns. I'm not even kidding you.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's because they kept breaking,
Oh,
and
really?
yeah, but like it's because I would get them from Alibaba, so they were like
Okay.
super cheap, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd get them, and then like they'd stop working.
Have to order another.
Oh
Yeah.
no, he's like, I'm gonna fix it, but let me get this one because
No, so
In the
first,
meantime.
Yeah.
first I got like this big one. It was like a big green one, like
Heavy.
it's heavy, dude. Like people, whenever I did it, there wasn't too many people doing it, you know. So I couldn't find like people who were selling the guns or nothing like that.
And
There
the
weren't.
guy that was selling them super expensive.
Yeah, so I'm like, man, I don't know. So I got it off Alibaba, but it was like this big green one, and in videos people like put a hook and then like hang it something to help with the weight, you know, counter the weight. And I didn't have none of that, so I was just like carrying the whole thing, dude. Man, I would be like,
all swole.
yeah, I was like, fuck. But yeah, but then they had like this little one. Oh, but that green one you could like switch. So it was like a
The way it cut.
Yeah, it was cut pile where it was just like fluffy, and then it was the looped one. So it'll make like a loop kind of rug.
These are.
Yeah, like this is cut pile, so it's like fluffy. It's not, and the other ones were more defined on the designs.
Did you do this one?
Yeah, I did that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty dope. But yeah, and then when that one broke, then I started buying the little ones, and the little ones were faster, and they were like, but if they went too
the upgraded gun.
Yeah, but if they went too fast, they'd kind of break, you know. So you have to kind of like watch for it. But yeah, I ended up buying like 4 or 5 guns.
What breaks on them?
Sometimes sometimes it overheats, and then that just goes to waste. Sometimes the needle breaks, or there's like little parts, and so when things would break or there's like this scissor, so it goes like this, and then like it'll cut the yarn. It goes like that, and sometimes it'll get stuck and stuff like that, or the actual part of the scissors would break, you know. So sometimes it's easy to fix, and then I'd open it up and I'm like, all right, I just gotta order the part. But then I'm like, just buy a gun, because it's just like a shitload of work.
But
you know?
then the parts weren't never like available.
Yeah. So they weren't available back in the day, you know. Like, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure they were, but nobody was selling just the part. You know,
they want you to buy the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then the time you reached out to somebody to fix it, they were charging the same amount a new gun was worth.
Well, yeah, probably like a little less than for a new gun. So I'm just like, I'll just buy a new one.
Yeah. So he bought like 5.
Not at the same time though, you know.
Yeah.
But like,
I'll be like,
fuck, it might be time for a new gun. Like,
yeah, and I was like, dude, what?
Like the one I have now has lasted me the longest.
Yeah.
And I always think to myself like, all right, it's gonna break any day now, you know. But
do they have different brand guns?
I mean, people brand them, but it's all the same gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they just tend to break regardless.
Yeah. They'll end up. Maybe
because I feel like a lot of the people that I don't know how they do it now, because they do shops here in Houston. Have you seen them?
Mm-mm.
They do shops where you can go make your own rug.
Oh, for real?
They do like the little canvas, and then you just trace it or whatever. And I'm just like, damn, like they have a shitload of guns, because I know that these break, you know. Yeah. So I feel like they haven't came out with the good one, like, you know,
reliable one.
Yeah. Except for there's this one guy that I got my last gun from. I didn't get the last gun from Alibaba. It was like
I make rugs.
I make rugs, yeah. But he says that like his is different. Like if you look at the ones that I've had before, his has like a little more like they I don't know, they built them different, you know. But I feel like he kind of like manually or told them like, hey, I want this cover on it. I don't want this to overheat, so use this, you know.
Because he knew what worked and what didn't.
Yeah.
So
because he was one of the first ones to like that we saw doing the rugs, and
it's real popular right now.
Yeah, super.
Well,
I feel like it's kind of dying down, right?
I mean, it seems that way, but people are still doing them.
No, yeah.
Yeah, because I did one for Terry for Mania. I did one.
You did too.
I did too. I did a small one, and then I'm like, I need a bigger one, so I did a big one. And
too small.
Yeah, dude. So they just have it like in the dressing room, you know. It's just there, like. But yeah, so it's like I feel like a lot of people weren't seeing too much of them, and I built a page off of it, you know, an Instagram page, and then it got taken down.
Your page?
Yeah, because
it was like at 16,000, right?
Yeah, it was at 16K.
And they took it down?
Yeah, Instagram
took it down.
because a lot of designs were like Rick and Morty cartoons, so they were like, oh, it's infringement. And literally, I got one strike, and then that was it. And I was like, damn.
But I told him like a lot of people are probably reporting his page.
No, you know? So the person, it tells you who reported it, and it was like the company of the cartoon.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we had a cease and desist at the shop for one of China, you know, Chinatown Market, right?
Yeah.
They had a Chiquita banana shirt. Y'all remember Chiquita banana? It's like a banana brand, you know, bananas from the store.
Yeah.
But it's a lady holding a basket. But they just had their exact logo, but it just said Chinatown at top instead of Chiquita. And we had got a cease and desist because we had it on our Instagram from like Switzerland. I guess that's where the company was based out of. But all they did was like sign it and take it down. But if you keep posting it, then we'll go forward with legal action.
That's scary.
Yeah,
right?
I was like, damn, that's not even our shirt. We just sell it. You know.
Yeah.
But they're just like, we'll take it down from all social media.
Did you
sign the paperwork? And,
Did you ever have any like cease and desist like for your own stuff? No.
Nothing yet.
Yeah.
But I don't really do a lot of logos like the Rockets one I used to do a lot. I don't do them no more. So.
Are you familiar with a White Cup?
Yeah. White Cup Entertainment.
Yeah. Cause they do a lot of like comic book Spider-Man, but like they put the Houston flip on it or whatever. But I wonder if they ever get like season. Do you know them personally or no?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I know who they are, but I don't know them.
They're at hip hop a lot.
Yeah, they're at hip hop.
Are they? I know a lot of people were getting a cease and desist for all the Astro shirts everybody was doing.
Yeah,
when they won, they were shutting people down.
For the
like putting Houston Astros.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I don't think I ever. No, I did a few, but I always try to like not make it too on the nose, you know.
Yeah.
But so I would put like Stros, stuff like that, you know.
Do stuff like that, but it's just when you put Houston and Astros, I think is where you start getting in trouble.
Or even the star itself. I mean, you know, I don't know. That's the scary thing because I feel like I've always, whenever I was doing my brand stuff, I never tried to do flips on logos. So I just try to make everything kind of like original. Yeah. But I feel like that's what doesn't grab people's attention. Like I feel like people want to see
something flip.
Like
probably the familiarity of it too.
Yeah.
That gets them. You know, you see this logo all the time, and then you see it with somebody else's name, it grabs you quick.
Yeah. And I feel like the people that I saw doing that was like Premium Goods, the Ride and Dirty brand. They would do like the Houston sippers, and it looked like Sprite or something like that. Yeah, but I don't know.
They still doing anything?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I found one at the thrift one time.
Oh, really?
And I was like, damn, that's crazy. I used to buy this brand, you know.
Vintage Riding Dirty.
Yeah. But yeah, like I think things like that. So like that brand was like around whenever I was like a lot into like streetwear, you know. What were you seeing like when you were growing up?
When I was growing up, it was like Rockaware, Enechi, Pele, and all them core streetwear brands.
Damn, it's crazy because I don't even know Rockaware.
You don't know Rockaware?
I know that's the only one that I'm familiar with from the ones you
Sean
said.
John and all that.
Okay, yeah.
What else was there?
Which is crazy because I would see those at Pasadena Mall at the what's that first store that was on the right? JCPenney or Macy's?
Yeah. So this was before it started getting into the mall.
Oh, really?
Well, Macy's was in there. Oh, yeah. They were.
Yeah, but Sean John was like right there in the Macy's entrando.
This was like when Sharpstown Mall was popping. That's where everybody used to go. Well, Jabot was popping back then, too.
I don't even know Jabot.
You don't know Jabot? What else? There was a lot of brands. 10 Deep, of course. Bape was popping out. I remember Premium Goods had a Bape account years ago.
Those are hard to get?
They don't do them. There's
they don't
like
do them?
maybe 4 stores in the U.S. that have Bape accounts besides the Bape stores.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just don't put accounts out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they had one, but I guess they pulled them from everybody. You know, because brands do that. Like Stussy they used to wholesale to a lot of people, and they started pulling accounts. You know.
I wonder why.
Because they don't want nobody in their pocket. Like, we had brands like that, too. Like, one of the favorite brands we used to carry was Black Scale. They did like a lot of religious stuff. Yeah. And kind of flipped them. But the brands use all the stores to get big.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say.
They get their following big, and then they cut all the stores out. Because when they go to the store, they're wholesaling their shirts.
Oh, okay.
So we were selling them at 32. We're getting them at 16. So the brands are already losing half of their money.
Yeah.
So they get big, and they cut all the stores out, and they get all the money for themselves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That makes sense in a way.
No, it does, business-wise. I mean, it sucks for stores like us.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you got to see the business side. Like, she can't be mad at him.
No, yeah.
You know, you don't want nobody in your pocket. So I know a lot of people want their brand to be in stores, but that shouldn't be the goal. The goal should be to build your website up, you know, because you get all your money. You don't have to wholesale it. You know?
That's true.
Yeah.
Dang. Well, with that being said, let's go on a quick break and we'll be back.
Yes, sir.
What's up, guys? We are back. We are hoping y'all are enjoying this episode so far. We know we did. And just another reminder and a big shout out to our sponsor, Tilt.
So once again, guys, Tilt is a perfect spot for you to shop vintage streetwear and sneakers. So if you're into any of those things, make sure you guys go check them out. They do restock weekly, so every week is brand new stuff.
And remember, they are open 7 days a week.
7 días a la semana.
De lunes a domingo, Monday through Sunday, open. All right, guys? And they are located on 5859 Fairmont, Pasadena, Texas. No days off over there.
Yep, they're open.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, make sure you guys let them know that Rollie and Evelin sent y'all from this and much more. Again, thank you guys so much for sponsoring the episode. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this episode. That's it.
Peace. And we are back. So I was going to ask, so whenever you went ahead and y'all closed down the shop and you and your partner decided to go like separate ways, that's when you decided to do full-time screen print?
Well, I was just always getting to that point, and it started getting to the point where the store was kind of getting in the way. Like, damn, I got to be at the shop, but I got to get all these orders out. So it kind of stressed me out. You know, my partner at the time, he had like a family life, so sometimes he couldn't go in. I got all these orders I got to get out, but I got to be at the shop because I can't close. So it kind of stressed me out. So when it came time, we had all these break-ins. You know, we had to talk. Like, I think it's just time, you know. We're both real busy. It's time to just go and do our own thing.
Yeah.
So
it was good. Like, y'all ended on good terms.
No, we're good.
Oh,
you know, that's like my brother, you know. We don't talk a whole lot, but no animosity towards each other. We're good.
No, yeah. But that's good.
Yeah.
And then
go ahead.
I was gonna talk about the brand.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Because I was gonna ask one more thing about.
Okay, go.
I was gonna ask you. So you do enjoy like the screen printing process?
Yeah, for sure. Because it's like creating every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what my stepson asked me the other day. He's like, "You don't get tired of printing shirts?" Because that's all he sees me doing. Like,
yeah. So I'm like wondering, like.
Yeah, it's like creating every day. Like every shirt's like different. So. I don't know, just like creating. That's like a little outlet.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
Yeah, I try to convince myself that working with my dad, because we paint, right? And I try to convince myself like it's art, you know. I'm changing the color on this wall, like, you know, it's creating, but I'm like, man, bro, it's like labor, you know, like I'm sweating.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking, because it is kind of like.
No, it's labor. It'd be hot in there, you know, because you got the conveyors, the flash dryers.
Yeah. You do it in the garage, right?
Yeah, it's hot.
You have like an AC in there or nothing?
Just fans.
Just fans?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like warehouse vibes.
Yeah, straight up.
Dang. You need to get one of those AC things that you can put for the, like, get the air from outside. Rolling has one.
Yeah, I have one. I cut a hole in my garage door.
You did? Yeah.
It was a mistake, dude. Like, I take it back. Like, I wish I could. I got to replace the whole thing.
And then I'm not even going to say where he did it. Like, I'll tell you off camera.
Yeah. Sucks.
But yeah, because he has that in there. It's like a little AC thing. He bought it because we like our AC messed up one day and we're gonna go return it because it was $500 and he ended up keeping it and he hardly uses it now. Oh, because he's never in there.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you after.
You.
My little office over there.
So what were you gonna ask about the brand?
Yeah, so like the brand, were you always planning to make it like a big brand, or was it more like for the homies and like just so you can have stuff out?
Well, it was really like just doing stuff I wanted to wear. Like I'll think of designs, print them up, and it just kind of turned into a brand, I guess.
Oh, okay.
But it's not nothing huge, you know.
Yeah.
So.
And then well, real quick on the screen printing, do you ever screen print stuff that's like kind of boring for you,
corny,
and you're
I printed some corny stuff, but
but to you
it's
just
corny
like,
to me. I mean, it might not be corny though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so
yeah, cause yeah, for sure. Because
Roland
be telling me stuff, and I'm just like, Oh my god! Sometimes he'll tell me, and I'm just like, man, let them be. Like, pobrecitos. Like,
I'm like, man, it's so corny, man.
I just try to look at like everybody got different tastes.
yeah.
And there's some stuff I think is like super corny, and they be killing it, you know. But teach his own.
Yeah.
You know.
No, that is true. And then as far as like, I had one question in mind for you was like, what's like a checklist for somebody to have like if they want to start a brand? Because I know I was just doing t-shirts, like I'm just doing t-shirts, but I don't have like stickers. I started getting like the screen tag, the size tags done and stuff, but I do like the sheets where we just like kind of like iron them on or whatever, you know. But for Lavish Living, he brought stickers, and I'm like, you know, stickers are still a thing, and we're like putting them on here, bro. Like we have a lot of stickers, so I'm just like, they're still a thing, and I always felt like they weren't necessary.
Yeah.
So what would you say is like a necessary thing for a brand to have
on a shirt, right?
Like when we had the store.
No, just like for the brand.
When we had the store, our main thing was like a consistency, which I already said, like it's hard to do, but brands would set us they call it a line sheet.
Yeah.
So it's like their lookbook and all that. So that just makes it look better. And they'll go by every season. They might send 20 designs, and you pick an order, whichever ones you like. So that helps, because we would get people that come in the shop, hey, can I put my brand in here? And they'll just have like one shirt. Like, what else do you have in the future coming? Like, I don't know yet. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you kind of have, it's almost like a business plan. You got to have something coming, so we know you're serious about it.
They have to come prepared.
Yeah, prepared. And it's hard. I know it's hard because...
Definitely hard, yeah.
I do the UA stuff, and I don't do a lot of that stuff. I just get blessed because I got friends that own stores, and I just put it in there, and they look out for me, you know what I mean? And I ain't even got my website going because I shut it all down when we shut the store down because I was with a partner. So we had to separate everything. So
how are you thinking about opening it up?
No, like for sure. Online? I just need to get to it. Yeah. That's why I don't run ads or anything like that, because you have to physically go into the malls and buy the shirts right now.
So what did you do with like all the remaining stuff? Or did you try to get rid of everything before
we did a big old store closing sale. We got rid of quite a bit, but I still got a couple of bins of shirts at the crib.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So...
Dang.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a loss. I mean, I don't even call it a loss because it's all paid for.
Yeah.
It's just part of business.
You don't think about just doing like a pop-up and just selling everything?
I thought about it, but it's like, I don't even want to deal with that stuff no more. Like, straight up.
Dang.
Yeah. So, it's just kind of like a bad thing we had to close. It wasn't a bad thing, but it's just the way we had to close it because of break-ins and all that. Like,
instead of like making it like...
It wasn't like a good thing, like, hey, we're closing.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it was a forced closing, but they kind of helped our
hand. The closure wasn't like the way you would have wanted it to
exactly.
be. Yeah, Dang.
We're closing because of break-ins. Like, that's not cool.
No,
yeah, that's true. But speaking of your brand, right? You brought us 2 shirts, you know? Yeah. Which is, this is cool already, you know?
I know. I wanted to ask about that.
I'm going to show the small one. They're the same shirt, right?
Yeah, they're the same shirt. Yeah. It's just the last shirt I restocked, so.
Okay. Yeah, that way it's easier to show. Okay. But we got a UA. This is UA?
Yeah.
Nice little UA. Don't mess with Texas shirt. Puff print.
Yeah. I know.
Man, this is so dope, bro.
I appreciate it.
On the tricycle.
So and then, you did this too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because you did the Rey Mysterio ones for Terry. Yeah, like when I saw the puff print on that, I was like, damn.
Oh, that was a dope design.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. Yeah. And then I like this. I like the highlight green on this. Like, this is, because everybody always does like the gray, you know?
Yeah, I would have never thought about doing like a highlight.
Nah, this is.
Yes, I do my tags all that color.
Oh, really? They're all highlight green?
Yeah.
Or what color would you say that is?
It's like a
volt. Well, he probably is like, it's not highlight green. That's like a...
Yeah, he's like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Like, this guy
call it orbit green.
Orbit?
Yeah, that's the name of the color.
Oh, okay.
But it's highlighted.
So green. How do you do the puff print? Like, or how does that even work? Is it different
You mix
process?
in a chemical in there, no?
It's an additive you add to it. Oh. Yeah, you add it to the ink, and you can add it to any plasticine ink. and just puffs it. You just got to be careful.
Because they don't mess it up?
Well, I mean, it's just you got to wash in cold water, hang dry. It's a lot more care to it. Yeah.
Wow.
And then
afterwards.
Yeah, and then if you don't mix it right, it don't puff right. If you put too much heat on it, it'll it's like bread. It'll expand.
I was gonna
and
say
it'll come
that.
back down.
I was gonna say that.
Maybe you put too much heat, so your time's got to be right in the conveyor.
Yeah.
Man, well, we appreciate it, bro.
Yes,
like these
I
are
really
so
like it.
dope. Like,
I'm gonna do a fit video with it.
but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, do you do the puff print a lot or not?
I don't do it a lot for customers.
Oh, really?
Just because it's so hard to take care of. I don't want their client. No, I don't want to say clients, but customers. Their customers.
To
if
be
they
like,
wash
hey,
it wrong, I don't want them to blame them.
Yeah.
You know, because it's all on the wash.
Well, I'm not gonna lie.
You're supposed to wash it.
Cold water.
Yeah. Cold water? Oh, I mean, I do everything with cold water except white.
Yeah, you should.
Except like the white teas, then I do that in hot water.
Yeah, because the hot water will tear up the plastisol ink too.
Oh yeah,
It'll
for
start cracking after a while.
Yeah, and then the shirt. I mean, obviously.
Well, here, like, how do I wash my clothes?
You don't wash your clothes.
I do wash my clothes.
You wash your work clothes.
Yeah, but I throw in random clothes in there too sometimes. Just to give it that vintage look.
Yeah, but
just throw more.
Yeah, it mixes in with the colors of your painting clothes.
I'm like, fuck it, it's a style, you know. But
dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, like I don't know, like I wanna get my stuff done with you too, and just like try different things because it is very crisp, and I see it on 93's stuff too. But
and that's all with the most of it's with the art. So that's what I try to tell people, like for different kind of graphics, you should use different kind of programs. Like something like this, you should do in like Illustrator.
Yeah, it's Illustrator.
Because it's like a raster program, or a vector program.
Yeah.
So you can get the lines super crisp. Now, if you're doing like photorealistic, I'm sure you use like Photoshop.
Yeah. Yeah, so like the ones that I have a Selena shirt. I don't know if you've seen it, but yeah, that one like I did DTG. Okay. But I know you can still do screen printing with it, right?
Yeah, I can screen print almost
anything.
Picture. Yeah.
Yeah, because did you do the which one is it? I just pulled it out the other day. The exclusive elements. They had like a San Antonio one.
Yeah.
You did that one
with the basketball players at the bottom? Yeah, I did that one.
Yeah, because I was.
Oh wait, you just tried it on yesterday?
Yeah, I tried it on yesterday, and I was like, before I put it on, I was like looking at them, and I'm like, man, this is so crazy. And I'm like looking at them, I'm like, damn.
Yeah, it's all screen print.
Yeah.
So you don't do DTG?
No, I'm not a big fan of it because I feel like it washes out, and the colors aren't so vibrant. Yeah, but they're getting better though. They're getting better.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you some right now because one of them came out, and then whenever I seen them, but it has that plasticky feel. You know what I mean? But after a few washes, I guess I don't mind the washes. You know, just or the fading because it'll give it that vintage look or whatever. You know, but I do want shirts to last a long time too. You know, but yeah, they are getting more vibrant and more colorful, kind of.
Yeah.
So, but.
And I feel like a DTG, sometimes they leave a big old square where they press it in.
Yeah, but I feel like
right.
On the Selena one, it's kind of like that, right? Oh, you haven't seen yours, right?
No.
But I'm over here thinking like, probably when you wash it, like it'll come off.
I think they sell an eraser for that.
Bro, that's a lot of work already.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to do all that.
And then so like Roland had ordered these shirts, and they're like on so LA. You know how the shirts are like dyed, and it was supposed to be like a cream color.
I'm gonna show you that shirt too.
Yeah,
but
cream color.
Yeah, so they came out pink.
Oh really?
Yeah, and then the ink.
The ink.
Oh really?
Yeah, so it was like was it a brown shirt?
It was a chocolate. Yeah,
it was like a chocolate brown dye garment, right? From LA.
So the ink probably migrated through it.
Yeah.
And because I've done hoodies in LA apparel.
Yeah.
For I did them from Throde.
Yeah.
And everything looked good, and then when the heat or something in his crib or in his car made the dye from the hoodie go through the ink, and it turned the ink like purple. I had never had that issue.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was something with the inks that LA is using. in the hoodie.
In the garments and so.
And it bled bad, you know, because they sell inks to block the dyeing or the bleed back.
Uh-huh.
But you usually use those inks on like a 100% poly shirts.
Okay, yeah.
And these were 100% cotton. So I didn't even think to use it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because whenever I want to go pick them up, I was like, fuck. Like, and I never want to be the guy like, hey, these look, and that they're all done, you know?
Yeah.
And, so I was like, they sent me a picture and they're like, does this look good? This is a sample. And I'm like, yeah, it looks good. Like, go ahead and run them. And then they did. And then they told me the same day, hey, you can come pick them up. But I went to pick them up the following day. And I go and they're like, oh, they're right here, man. And then I'm like looking at them and I'm like, man, these look kind of pink. And then he's like, really? And he's looking at them and he was like, oh, damn, they do look pink. Because it was like, let's say it's like this color. And then like it'll be like blotchy. Like it'll be some is pink, some is like, you know. And I'm like,
and it just depends on the lighting of it.
No, and then
it was every shirt. Or
every shirt. Yeah, I still shipped them out like that. You know, people were like, but cool. I did reach out and I was like, hey, like if you don't want them, you know, like let me know. And they're like, nah, it's cool. Like it looks cool.
Yeah, sometimes it looks worse to you because you created it.
Yeah,
probably like. If I saw it, I'd be like, nah, it looks good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know what it's supposed to look like.
No, you're going to have a heart attack when you see them right now. But, bro, I was trying so hard to convince myself. But, like, I would look at it, I'll be like, nah, it looks good. It's probably, I'm just fucking with my eyes, you know?
No, it looks pink.
And it was a skin tone that looked pink?
Yeah, it's letters.
It's color.
Bro, I'm so proud of that graphic, but...
Yes, that was a good graphic.
And I'm like, damn, you know. And I don't even wear the shirt because I can't match with anything, you know.
You ain't got nothing pink.
Yeah, not pink and brown. I wish I had those Travis Scott shoes. That look good. But yeah, I don't know. So we had that problem with them, and then like the printer was telling me like the same thing, you know. And he called it something else though.
Yeah, they call it like dye migration.
Yeah, it was something, and then he's like,
yeah, it had to do with the shirt.
And then I'm like, yeah, cause y'all, and I told him, y'all sent me this the sample, you know, before y'all ran. He's like, oh yeah, it's this one, but they printed it on something that wasn't LA.
Oh really?
And then he's like, oh look, you see, we printed it on. This is the picture we sent you, so the ink is good. That's why we felt like it was good to go. But I guess
told him you should have sent me a picture on this shirt.
Yeah, and then that's what she was telling me too, and she's like, you know.
Yeah, that's why he always makes me the bad guy, because I'll be like, I'll ask the questions, you know, but again, it's all about the communication.
And it's they're cool people, you know. It's not like anything bad, but and then I was talking to my friends that I used to work with, and then they were like, oh, what did they do to correct it? You know, I'm like, they didn't do anything. I just took them like.
Yeah, Roland just stayed quiet and just like.
No, because I did talk to them to try to understand, but I don't want to bitch them out. You know, I mean, I didn't even know what was wrong with it. Like, it might have been something out of their hands. Yeah. But yeah, I was just like, that's cool, man. Like, I mean, I'll take them like that anyway. I mean, they were pre-orders, so I was like already trying to like get them out. You know.
Yeah, mail them out.
Yeah, I haven't had that problem with the blanks t-shirts. Like I said, just a hoodie I had that problem with.
They're probably like LA more dye in them though.
LA. I don't know what it was, but it had to be. But usually on cotton, it doesn't bleed like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why they didn't even think that it would.
Yeah, because they're 100% cotton shirts. 100% cotton.
Not supposed to.
Not supposed to. Well, they never do bleed.
Yeah.
So it must have been like just you were lucky and that happened to you.
I mean, it could have been a bad batch.
Hey, man. Yeah. Okay, everybody has a one of a kind though.
Yeah. So for you, what's like your any like goals that you have like coming up for yourself? Because I know you said you were thinking about like moving out of the garage, but
that would probably be a goal, to get a spot, but it's just so convenient at the house. So I wake up, get some coffee.
You're already there.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can work there all night.
Literally, you know? That's our thing.
That's the life, man.
Literally, that's like us with the podcast, because we're like, we want to really bad, you know. Obviously, financially, I don't think we're there yet, but I feel like once we were, I feel like it'd be more of a hassle, like to, you know, because then I have to go drop off my son, like
because even
way
that, like
earlier, like you know.
But even then, like with our son, like we only drop him off at my mom's or whoever's watching them like for the guest podcast, because we have the other 2 podcasts, but those 2, I mean, he just stays here, you know, but since he knows like the other hosts.
I know right now he's like, who's that guy?
Yeah. And then he's like peeping at your car and he's like, I see a red car. And I'm like, okay, bro, like, dang. Like, I know.
And he's like, what's his name? And then I tell him, he's like, oh, that's your friend? Like, all nosy and whatnot. Like,
yeah, but I mean, honestly, if he was here, he'd probably just be chilling.
Yeah.
But it's just like, we don't want to have like the guests like be too distracted by him, because sometimes he'll pop in, you know, and I'm just like, I gotta like go over there, you know, like
like
Go play.
yeah.
But I mean, that's cool. I like that he sees this is like, he'll be like, if we come in this room, he's like, oh, you're gonna work, and we're like, yeah, you know. So it's cool that he sees that. A 5.
He's 5.
He's at an age where he's already can understand.
Yeah, like, 'cause that's what he said. He's like, that we were gonna work, and I'm like, yeah, we're about to work, and he's like, okay. So he's like, he's gonna go to his grandma's house, you know. So.
But man, again, Danny, appreciate the shirts, you know, and appreciate you coming on.
Yeah,
Yes.
I appreciate you guys having me.
No, for sure, dude. Like, I just feel like I had met you before, and obviously I don't think you remember, right?
No, I remember,
do you? Yeah. And then but yeah, and then a lot of people were like mentioning you and stuff, so we had to like bring you on, you know.
Yeah.
So other than that, man,
respected name, really.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody bringing me up in good terms.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Like, everybody talks really good about
like,
you.
Like, really good.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Other than that, guys, make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok. Make sure you just show love, and we'll have all of
screenshot like your favorite part of the episode.
Yeah, man, and
make
just
sure we look good though.
Yeah, and shout us out and everything, you know. And that's it. Much love.
Bye. Peace.
Peace.